Welcome back everyone to another ESO video. Today is about the ulti regen on Nature's Bounty and perhaps some other builds as well. Currently on the High Isle PTS week 4. Now this is something that is in game already and slightly overlooked, but we're going to go over some of the potential changes to the upcoming build and other builds that people may have already when High Isle lands, because there is going to be something in this video further on that explains something a little unique when it comes to the Necromancer, which isn't on live right now. So first of all, if you've used Nature's Bounty before, you know full well that obviously you're using Legion or Ice Furnace or whatever to keep you alive and fire off loads of poison and heal and stuff, but at the same time we're using a Zerb Blight. Basically all we do is we keep up our tanky stuff, so resistance debuff, pinning, immobilization and maim, and of course that can maintain very high uptime on minor brittle. Easy peasy, and just for doing that, because everything ticks, they blow up. Well, on the off balance build you may be using this very similar setup as well, where the monster set and status effects and all that kind of stuff, any damage over time from them can't proc a Zerb Blight because procs don't proc procs, but now they no longer contribute to the ticks. So that means instead of having 2 in your group to beat the cooldown, now you probably need 3. But still, all monster sets that apply damage over time on live do make this blow up. On PTS, they do not. Apart from one. This has been slightly overlooked. This does apply ice damage in area of effect every 1 second, and it can apply major brittle, which is very powerful. Of course, it's a new buff to the game. Thank you, Jack, for that follow. I forgot to turn him off, sorry. But this ticking damage does actually make it fire. So, happy days. But anyway, that's not what we're doing today. What we're doing is we're talking about ulti regen. So, what I'm going to do here is show you two very similar side-by-side comparisons of what the difference is with these two setups and or variants, if you like, to this particular build. So, while this setup does use permafrost, obviously, to help protect the group and apply minor brittle, because obviously you've got guaranteed status effect from this and everything like that. It's really nice, but this is used for protection. Of course, it's called major protection, but you can't use it very often. It's 200 ultimate. It's going to take you a while to build that up. Use it in emergencies. Not really. No, this can be over abused. This does already work on live. Just bear in mind, this does already work on live. This is slightly overlooked. Read this very carefully. Applying a status effect to an enemy grants you a stack of Zadrus Ambition, or Zadrus, that'll do, for 10 seconds. So you get a buff. Nice. And if you stack this up to 3 times, then it will pop and give you 4 ulti. And it has a 1 second cooldown after it has popped. Yes, this does apply to decisive traits as well. You can get 5 instead of 4. So, over 10 seconds, it might look like you get 4 ultimate. Wrong. If you apply a status effect, that adds a tick. Which means every status effect you apply adds another. And yes, they can all be applied at exactly the same time. So, if you have high status chance, then basically you can get 4 ultimate every second. So what you do is this. If you look at these dummies here, I will show you some potential status effects. So ice, some more ice, and some breach. As you can see here, minor brittle all over the place, constantly reapplying. Easy peasy. That's not hard to do. So what I'll do here is I'll give you a demonstration of 2 setups. This very simple setup here with the ice helmet given major brittle. And of course, we'll swap out to the Baron set. And we will also put on our cases, which will give you 44 ultimate once every 30 seconds. You can take that or leave it, but it does add to it. So you put these 2 together. Basically, the build is still the same. Sure, you lose a little bit of survival, but you can spam your ulti a little bit more often. Plus, you feed the group, and you've got more armor and health. Then, we keep a Zerb Blight so we can still make the explosions go off. Here's a side-by-side comparison of just keeping up this stuff with this exact build versus just swapping out the monster set and our cases. Now, that is bloody mental. And yes, that does mean you could use trees all day long. It means you can use barrier or warhorn or whatever all day long. And yes, this does work on other classes. Now, where am I really getting to here? Where's the point of this? The point of this is the Necromancer. If you haven't seen this before, hold on to your seat. Now, this is the part that isn't on live. Yes, of course, Baron does do this. It does give you 4 ulti once a second if you can apply 3 status effects at once. Or if you stagger them, it will be slightly longer. But here is the bit of the trick for the new potential change to a skill. This. Ruinous Scythe. This will heal per target hit. It will put bleed on every single target, so an initial hit of bleed. And this guarantees off balance rather than firing 3 to get off balance. And it also guarantees the hemorrhage status effect. It applies minor mangle, which reduces the target's health by 10%. Now, I know that we've had this already. Lots of people are shouting, oh, Necro can apply minor mangle and area of effect. Well, you could already do that anyway, because Pulsar's been doing that forever. Just saying. So, where we would need... Let's get another dummy here. In fact, we'll just pick up one of these guys over here. So, we'll put him there. Now, if I fire this, if I could actually hit him, he's got to stand on the ground. If I fire my light attack, you can see my ulti firing. 3 a second, excluding decisive, obviously, because that can go up higher. That's it. But, what about if I hit this? That's a status effect. That counts as 1 stack. You can see my buff timers. I've got 1 ticking bonus there. Do it again. Get another one. Do it again. Get my ulti. Great. But what about if I stack 3 at once? Just 3 targets. As a tank, this is very easy to do. Watch my ulti. I'm not going to use a light attack. I'm just going to hold block and hit. If I use a light attack, it will start my generation for ultimate. I'm not going to do that. 4. 4. 4 again. That's bonkers. Now, introduce an ulti regen. Some basic stuff. Yeah, now it's getting a little silly. Then you introduce your necro stuff. You know, you use a corpse, you get ulti back. You use necrotic potency, you get ulti back. All that kind of stuff. Let's mix and match some of this. So, we'll make sure we've got this on the ground and this on the ground. With a light attack, we'll gain some of this, and we'll spam this. Yes, of course, you're going to have to maintain it, which is really tricky to do. But you get the idea. If there's loads of ads dying, 1, you've got loads of things to hit. 2, there's going to be bodies to pick up necrotic potency corpses, which is 6 ulti every single corpse. 6 die, 36 ulti. 6 more die, 36 ulti. Your pet dies, oh no, your resistance fell off as well, more ulti. It's really, really simple to do. And that's not including what I normally put on this setup, which is Arcasis, again, which will give you 44 ulti once every time you take a potion. But obviously there's a 30-second cooldown, and I make sure that the cooldown for the potions is 29, so you have to give it a gap. But even now, if I'm to hit this, I'll drop Malcolm on his head. Then I'll pick up the corpse, pop a potion, done. 89 ulti within split seconds. That's crazy. And again, it knocks everything off balance. It guarantees mangle as well, so all ad pulls are a piece of piss. Absolutely stupid. So, technically speaking, if you do have other bonuses in your group, you can enhance that even more. You could have someone using one of the new trial sets, which is here, where you will be able to give back ultimate to your group. If you have major heroism, if your health goes low from your champion point passives or skills, or if you were to use the other set other than this, if you were to use the heroism set, which is Drake's Rush, which is on the original build anyway, that gives you a further increase to your ulti regen. Not to mention, of course, you've got heroic slash or potions for minor heroism. You can basically fire a Malcolm or a Warhorn every 20 seconds or so with this particular build without any extra corpses on the ground. You start killing stuff, it's ridiculous. You can fire them way before their cooldown is off. And as you saw with Nature's Bounty, you can fire permafrost almost every 20 seconds. So, thank you very much for watching. I hugely appreciate the support. If you are not subscribing already, of course, please do hit that button. It is free. What else is free, of course, is sharing it with your friends and commenting down below. If you want to comment about this and say what you think, go nuts. That's what the section's for. And, of course, if you want to help support the channel financially, there are many ways to do that. You can join as a member and get perks and emotes for the comment sections. You can see behind the scenes stuff. There's Patreon in the description as well, where you can get perks per month for another platform. And, of course, there's the thanks button underneath the video where you can just directly throw super chat while not even being live. How cool is that? And if you want to follow on social media, description below, loads of links. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.